All right, people. We're getting cranked up here and wait for the rest of my stuff to come on real briefly here. All right, there we go. I'm back again with a series called Once Upon a Child. And we're going to talk about childhood stuff, basically. I know some of y'all missed some of the stuff I've done, but here goes the whole key to this whole series. We're going to get into some real deep discussions about a couple of things. Uh, no, lately I've been kind of over the map with some of this, but I'm going to end it off like this. We're talking about kids and leadership. Absolutely a must. Absolutely a must. Because you want your kid to lead or you want your kid to follow. Because sometimes, your friends, they get, especially teenage years, they get to do stuff, they get out more, they see more of the world, and leave it in there to say, hey, do you want to do what everybody else does? Yeah, there's some things you got to do to kind of make work into people. And I get it. I admit, as a youngster, I was not one of my strongest suits. I just been me, being me most of my life. That's just how it's been. And so, and I tell folks on this, especially got kids, even early at 5 years old or for teenage, you want your kid to be a leader. You don't want your kid to be a follower. Especially live around, live in Detroit. You want to follow them. You one way past the head, the jail death, early having kids early, all that so called not so good stuff. And and the biggest problem is kids don't do a lot of stuff, involve a lot of stuff. You got the idle hands. You know what they say about the idle hands. Today Sunday, you know what that mean already. You don't those workshops. Hey, to get to work on them. You got to give them something to do, structure, not just school, something outside of school, some type of extracurricular participation. Me, it was absolutely sports. Me, I still play this again today. I'm actually a captain of a team where everybody on the team is like basically I'm the youngest guy on my team, and I'm the team captain on a bounce volleyball league team. Not the first time I've been a captain of a team. I'm almost certain it won't be the last time. Actually, it's kind of crazy, right? Still, because I couldn't just follow do what everybody else do. A lot like okay, my team even adult like no, they just work out. They come show up on Wednesday. Well, Monday and Tuesday, I'm actually playing volleyball. I'm working on footwork, jumping around. I'm at the gym where I riding slides. I'm going through memorization of stuff other teams play against. This is me. I can't do other people because I get my team to pick it. I'm a great responsibility. And I think that might be a good thing with somebody having some other responsibility other than themselves sometime. You know, I think sometimes be involved in something, especially you lead something, you should have some other responsibility other than just you. I think it makes you better, make you better focused. It definitely make you accountable to things. I think it's a very great thing. It's only not the only thing involved. I'll give you a small example. Trust me, I can sit here and talk about 3 hours about myself, but I'm not going there like that today. What I'm saying is, as parents, you can't have your kids follow out here. And you gonna follow the kid that's getting straight A's, who's a super athlete, both. Damn, yeah. But that kid hanging out in the crowds, partying, drinking, smoking, no. But that kid's going to school, handling business, getting scholarships, they're getting a new IL together, getting their social media together for school. That's your people you want your kids around. Problem is, for that one, you got about 9 other knuckleheads out here doing whatever, or 8 other, 7 other knuckleheads, and two is kind of like on the teeter totter. So it's like, what you gonna do? So you got to put these stuff in your kids early on to say, hey, you can have fun, do what you're gonna do, but you can't do what knuckleheads do. You can't. As much as it hurts, as much as some of them can't stand it, and some of the kids who get frustrated about that, talking about, well, my man had no fun, da 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 da. Sometimes you got to say, hey, it's just hey, we got to do it this way in a discussion. In a discussion, this is how it is. You can't let them get adrift, man. It don't take long this day and age. Trust me, I did been tutoring, coaching, mentoring kids probably now about 15 years, and I've seen. Thank you for the most part. I've seen most of the great stuff. There's a few that fell off, especially when I deal with kind of the early part of this thing. But the one that I dealt with last few years, they're most of them are doing very great things. And they're gonna probably say I've done my part at this point. Has a question about that as far as a few didn't do well, but I would say 90% of the kids I've dealt with now, about 85% of them already adult age, and all of them are very productive. And that's all we're trying to do. Productive, healthy people, they get older. We just don't want them just going off doing, let's say, getting criminal records, having a bunch of kids, not taking care of them. drug abuse problems, all that. We're just trying to avoid all that, and that's my key to all that. So to summarize, the saying is, hey, if you don't, hey, if you don't stand somewhere, you're gonna fall. You might, you're gonna stand for something. You're gonna fall for anything. There you go. I'm done.